Are we on the internet?
We are, but Liam, I just wanted you to know, I have something for you.
Do you? Oh, why though? But
you know
why?
what you did.
It came
you
out
know
of
what
a-
you did.
What did I do?
You know what you did.
No.
Came out of a bag and everything.
Staging.
My
What did I
goodness.
do?
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what you did.
What did I do?
It had to be about John Constantine, right? is this an offense on John Constantine?
What did I?
You know what you did last week.
Here we go.
I know
Zach.
what you
Any
did
second
last
now,
summer.
Zach. There we go.
that's
Tonight,
right.
the Mighty Nine meet a traveler worshiper, cash in on a favor, and completely change the game. We'll discuss all that and more with Liam O'Brien, Marcia Roy, tonight on Talks Machina.
What?
Oh,
That's a good one.
like one that's covered in shit?
Or like made of shit.
That you
Or
have
goes
to.
into the shit maker. Tweet.
Or is it an alert for when shit is coming?
Oh wow.
Couple of announcements.
I would like one of those, actually. That would be helpful.
Could be helpful.
Still wouldn't tell you the difference between a shit and a shart though.
Yeah, that's true. Only the evidence can tell you that.
Well, that's the episode tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for joining us. Last night, a couple of announcements. Last night was the season finale of Between the Sheets, featuring our good friend Ashley Birch.
Great
the
interview.
best.
So good.
Gosh,
It
she's
was
sharp.
So
awesome.
great.
She's so sharp.
So sharp. And
Getting famous in her
yes.
honor.
one of our favorite
Great
drinks.
cocktail.
Yeah, it's so
This might
good.
be my favorite one of the season.
It is.
Is that
it's
what
mine.
I'm having as well? In this
No,
cup?
you're having a
Shit whistle?
old fashioned.
Have you
Also-
tried this?
No.
It's really good.
Try that. It's really good. It's mezcal.
It's mezcal based.
We made that for Ashley.
Somebody get Marisha another drink?
Ha 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 ha! I can't. I have to host this. Goddamn.
That's nice.
The VOD is available right now for our Twitch channel subscribers, or you can check it out tomorrow on YouTube tomorrow morning. We're planning on releasing a special bonus episode, the long lost Ashley Johnson episode, before we begin season 3. So be sure to stay tuned to @Critical for updates. Reminder: we're taking this week off from CR this Thursday night. No show, March 28th. We'll be dark the following week for the April 2nd episode of Talks Machina, because, like, what are we going to talk about?
Nothing.
I want a night off.
Yeah.
Max, do you need a night off? Oh, wow. That came out fast. That was insane.
Max has a permanent 1,000-yard stare at all times.
He does, yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it sucks. We will resume our normal Critical Role broadcast schedule on April 4th. Also, in other normal news, we hit $8 million on the Kickstarter for the animated series today.
Yeah. It's fine.
Boy, oh
That's-
boy, oh boy,
that's-
oh boy,
that's
oh
fine.
boy.
It's fine.
$8 million. Thanks to you guys. Your support has been beyond phenomenal, really. I mean, like, how do we describe it? We're on our way to our final goal, which right now is $8.8 million, is our final stretch goal of the Kickstarter campaign. We shared a behind-the-scenes look at the creation of the theme song for Legend of Vox Machina this morning. It's already blowing up. Do you know why? You got hot babes singing, right? Sam Riegel, Ashley Johnson, Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham.
4 hot babes.
4 hot babes singing.
Hell yeah.
Ashley has a feather boa for some reason during part of it. I think just to maybe spice things up, which is like, I'm down. I think that's cool.
New addition to the home, you think?
Next time you guys come over, it's gonna be like, you gotta take off your shoes and you gotta put a feather boa on.
Yeah, it's like your own version of a lei. You just put a feather boa on somebody when you enter your home.
Yeah, I always wanted to be rich enough to have a feather boa closet.
Hey, babe, why's the kitchen full of boas?
Well,
It sounds fun.
tonight's how we figure that out.
I'm into this. I see no problem
Check
with
it out
this.
at youtube.com/Critical Role. As always, thank you for the support. still 23 days left in the campaign. Can you believe it? My goodness. Join us at critroll.com. /animated. You saw it coming? What tipped you off, Steve? Was it the really long, like, lead? It was my eyes rolling back.
Literally got possessed.
We've been trained long enough that I can imagine the words floating in space with us in the room.
Yes, that's true. That's true. You just know. Marisha always says, like, yeah, you can see when, like, the shit-eating grin gets on his face.
It's kicking
that
in,
time.
yeah.
It's time.
Oh God, it's coming.
Without further ado, what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
Oh, you're on the spot now.
You always have a shit-eating grin.
Oh, that's true. I know. Every grin of mine is a shit-eating grin.
The shit-eating grin is the shit whistle.
Is the shit whistle?
When
Yeah.
you know the shit's about to come.
The shit's about to come in the whistle.
Comfortable.
Without further ado, let us halt this terrible discussion and begin one anew about episode 56 of Critical Role Campaign 2, The Favor. Did you just purr? Was that someone's chair? Did you just purr, Max? No, he was purring. Is he purring? What are you, FaceTiming your cats?
Yeah, it won't do it because you're not purring
Good
anymore.
Lord. Not in the middle of the show.
I think he should.
The only people who should FaceTime on this show are Joe Mango Jello and Sam Regal and whoever else goddamn. All right, we have some crit roll stats
Yes.
for episode 56. Now, you guys know me, I don't like to talk shit. But Taliesin felt really absent this episode. This was the shortest
bad.
episode of this campaign.
Yeah.
2 hours, 19 minutes, 15 seconds of gameplay.
Wow.
2 hours?
Dude, yeah.
Of both
Gameplay?
campaigns?
Of this
2 hours,
campaign.
19 minutes?
There's a shorter one in campaign 1?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, shopping and shipping, one of like the first episodes, like episode 15 or 14 or something, is really short.
That's because Travis left to go to the bathroom and he pulled the power cable.
Right.
That's why. The episode tied for fewest spells cast this campaign at 6, and all of them were cast by Caleb.
Spellcaster.
Oh,
Did you know?
As a matter of fact, I see that here as well. In the 44 episodes and 136 in-game days, the 9 had the beacon. They gained 25 fragments of possibility.
Ooh.
13 of which they used.
13. So 13 rolls at advantage.
Okay, yep.
Good stuff.
Seems deeply underused.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, you guys will have it for a little while. Our first question of the evening.
I mean, 13 rolls at advantage is like 1/5 of Vax's
Lucky you.
Tuesday.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's he spending his Tuesdays now?
Very underpowered compared to Vaxildan.
Hey, Liam.
Yes.
Clockwork Jack has a question we all want to know. How much more of those holy fuck endings right before a week off do you think we can handle, sir?
Before the end of the campaign, 3.
Okay. All right, good to know. Max, let's get some sort of a checklist put up in the office.
It has been 27 days since a holy fuck ending.
Yeah.
Just a cube.
Yep.
I'll try to space them
How
out.
do we define a holy fuck ending? Because I feel like some people's holy fuck is going to be a lot different than other people's
Yeah,
holy
if you're
fuck.
a shipper, that's one kind of a holy fuck.
Exactly.
If you're a combat cliffhanger type horny person,
Right.
you know, that's me.
I mean, it's all sex involved.
It's
but,
all
you
sex
know,
involved, Liam.
It's what gets you going.
Here's the thing, though. Did you guys think at that moment that Matt was going to cut it off, or
No.
did you think you didn't?
No way,
I
no.
kind of was taken
Nope.
aback by that. I understood though when he was like, I want Taliesin to be
Taliesin
here.
be
Like
here,
that
yeah.
made 100% sense.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but I was just so in it. I was ready for us all to start negotiating our way into an antechamber and talk about things. Nope.
Wow. Yep. Marisha,
Still processing.
I
Yeah.
know, same.
I've made my peace with it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Inside check.
Hey, we have dice.
Roll a die. Roll a die. I'll give you +5. Oh, she rolled a 2.
That's not going to help.
It's hard to
Plus
read.
5 is
It's hard to read.
not going to help.
Hard to read.
My goodness. Hey, I like your shoes, dude.
Oh, thanks.
Those are cool. Yeah, thanks, Zach. Get a shot of those shoes. Okay, so Marisha, Danny Spud 2 wants to know.
Yeah.
Bo and Jester are often quick to question if is it Crean or Crin?
Crean.
It's Cream.
It's like
Cream.
the band Cream,
But then
I
who
think,
said
with an
Crin
N.
today?
Did I say
You said
Crin?
Crin
People
today?
say all 3 versions all over the
I
place.
understand. Bo and Jester are often.
It's not a real race.
You being one of the
I
three.
understand.
It's a make-believe story.
No, I understand. It's a fantasy world. Bo and Jester
All right,
often. Huh?
I said, all right, Caleb.
Bo and Jester are often quick to question if the Kreen are really the bad guys in this war. Now that they appear to be sudden friends with the dynasty, is Bo looking forward to getting a better insight into the Kreen and their motives?
Bo has 4,000 thoughts racing through her head right now. Yeah, one of those is excited about better insight, for sure. Yeah.
Yes! Yes! Go get him, Henry!
Get him!
Get that car, honker!
Get that car! Oh no! See, we warned him. You don't be turning stuff on during the show, or our dog's coming after
I wonder
you.
if we can mount a GoPro to his collar so that when he goes and does
Henry
his Henry
We could
cam
absolutely do that. You know
for
what's
when he
cool
goes
about
off.
this studio is that if you ask Vinny for something, usually it shows up right
We would
away.
get, if we put a cam on Henry, we would get so much Grubhub delivery guy video. So much.
And you would get, every video would be different. The scared person and the other person who's like, where's that big boy? Like it's different every time.
I think everybody, like, only 30 seconds went by since that happened. So everybody's
Yeah.
just frozen in amber like an insect from a million years ago. No time to process anything,
It's a
really.
Jurassic Park reference.
Yeah. But we'll figure out some way to use this to her advantage, though. Come here, boy.
Come on, Puffer.
Come on.
Big boys.
Oh,
You
yeah.
did
Get him.
good.
Did you
Good
get him?
guard dog. Yeah,
did
you get that corn.
Yeah, you did
Corn?
good. Okay,
Car
you
horn?
scratch
I
it
was
now.
trying
You
to
scratch
say
it.
car and
Corn.
horn, and it just combined.
Get that corn.
Did you have?
Brain fry.
Yeah, there we go.
It's true.
Did you have any further thoughts, Marisha, on that one? Or?
No, yes, she's excited.
Okay.
And also
Yeah.
terrified and thinking of what all it means. I'm sure we'll get into that more.
Same, big same.
I feel like this was one of the biggest what the fuck moments, episode endings of the campaign and moments at the same time.
The Amon
Lorenzo-
attack,
Yeah, the Amon attack.
Lorenzo with
Yeah.
Molly. Those
Sam
are,
was in a tuxedo that night, remember?
Yeah.
That's right.
Sam was in a tuxedo that night.
Who knew it was going to be a funeral tux?
Sam, obviously.
Marsha.
Okay, this one's for both of you. This is from Lesbrenian. Giving the Dodeca to the Bright Queen has major consequences for the war and their ability to return to the Empire. How do they feel about this? Is Bo having doubts about the group after her conversation with Dairon and her connection to the Cobalt Soul? What are you giggling at, you morons?
This entire episode is going to be like, so now that Caleb did this huge fucking
is.
thing.
But it's
know
still
that
like
could
we
be these
all,
questions.
including Caleb, have to like figure out what it all means. I mean, we're not going to talk about the 5 seconds that happened. It's what happens next.
Yeah, it's what.
Right? And everybody's got a different point of view on that.
Well, do you guys think?
No
Okay,
regrets,
because
Danny, no regrets.
if you're watching Travis the last 20 minutes of the show,
Yeah.
I think he obviously wanted to go to jail.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's constantly asking me about it.
Yeah.
But honestly, to get Knott's son back or husband or whatever.
Hub, yeah.
Yeah, husband.
There's a lot of implications, like how pronounced are we going to be as the heroes of Xhorhas?
Yeah, that's very, like, who knows what we, that's what she
happens?
said. Who knows what we are?
Can we go back
To
to the Empire? Can we, like, without being seen as traitors? Are we no traitors?
Well,
Probably traitors.
Only if that was televised.
Exactly.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know, and
Like
like,
get a parade, or are y'all gonna get ushered into a room and
Right.
said, "Thanks very much for your service," and then allowed to like leave?
yeah.
Ooh, what if
Yeah.
you get a key to the city? You know how sometimes people get a key to the
and
city?
it's like in a little like shadow box, and it's like framed.
Well, one possibility is that somebody in that room is on the take and is reporting back to the Empire. So that's bad. Or not. And if not, like they'll just hear about the strange, like rumor of the strange people might get out and get across. It's hard to say.
I mean, like Dyron, the Cobalt Soul, they've got ears everywhere. Like, if I don't frame this like some sort of double agent thing, which like it's great, could be.
Could be.
So many things.
I know.
It's hard to answer any of these questions
I know, it's
because we
tough.
don't know the future.
It's tough. It's a very, very. It felt like the middle of the episode, but again, I totally understand why Matt had to end it there.
It was a good way to. It was the right way to end it.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't see that or feel it or understand it at the time, but 2 minutes after, like the camera went off, I was like, of course, it had to be that way.
Yeah. Ms. Genie in a bottle has a question for Liam.
Yep.
Caleb was quiet during a large portion of this game. What was he thinking about the plan the rest of the group built, and how early on did he start contemplating presenting the dodecahedron to the Bride Queen?
Well, I answered this to somebody on Social Brain. I was not a plan. I mean, I know that the group had discussed the possibility of it in a past episode, saying like if worst comes to worst, but I don't think anyone really wanted to do that. The idea was floated, but I forgot about it. It literally was the last 60 seconds before it happened. It's just like everything was going to shit. Every person in our group said was being like downvoted, hated, silenced, and it was just like, it was more mathematical than anything. And it felt very much to me like the Avantika moment, where I thought like, okay, we've got a plan. Okay, the plan's broken, but we can get away. Okay, we can't get away. Okay, we can't throw away the evidence. Okay, we're getting on her boat with the evidence. Okay, that woman is looking right at me, and I don't want, and I had the same feeling of like, I don't want someone outside our group to control the situation. If I can act first, if I can punch first.
I get that.
So it was really just mathematical. It was everything is going wrong. Everybody is trying to negotiate and they're failing. I don't want to give up this thing either. Oh, we're all going to die. We're going to die this.
Yeah.
It was just, he was literally the only thing he was thinking about in the moment was save our lives. Save our lives. And it, you know, I know that I've talked a lot on this show about how he is a lot of conflicting thoughts and is selfish, and he is, but really in that moment, I think he was just thinking about saving the group.
Yeah, that didn't feel selfish to me.
As it began to sink in that the result, there was a risk. It was a total gamble. As everything was on fire, like I wouldn't have taken that gamble 2 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
But it was a gamble, and it seemed to work. And even before Matt wrapped it, Caleb started thinking like, holy crap, it worked. Oh, I think we can get Knott's husband. Oh, many things that I thought that were impossible an hour ago are maybe possible.
Yeah.
So he's got two tracks going on at the same time, which is one, I care for these people, save them. And it didn't feel like at war, it felt like just two like brain split and two minds going forward. Like, I can use this, but the other was, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was gonna say, forgive me for, this is naive, but like, if you're the heroes of the whatever the fuck, like, then you should be able to get him out of jail pretty easy, unless that is exposing you guys to...
Well, we don't know.
I think, like, I would go, you know what, that key seems really nice, but there's this guy, he makes like, you know, amazing headbands or something, and we like him back.
I mean, we gotta talk about it. We gotta.
Sure.
But I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have time to talk about it. That's the problem. So it might just be like.
Yeah. And is there any place safe to talk about it? That's not, you know, there's no ears or eyes, magical or otherwise.
Not in this place.
It's also funny because I spent most of the episode, I didn't talk much in the episode.
Well, we were playing slaves.
Yeah, but
so.
even before we got to that, I wasn't. Because of everything that had happened the last 2 or 3 games, there were things that I wanted to talk to people about in private. And that was what was on my mind the whole time. I wasn't thinking about the shit that went down at the end of the game.
Interesting.
And everything that he wanted to talk about and all the things that he wanted to say and thought, out the window.
Because of that,
Everything's different
because
now.
of the intensity of that moment, and what the
different.
fork in the road that you were at. Yeah.
Yeah, up is down, black is white.
And I think everyone was expecting to, at least I was expecting to travel to the place that y'all were going. Weren't expecting a teleportation circle. Like, I was expecting, I was like, oh, they're gonna be like on the road for another like 2 weeks.
That's true.
Or
I
something
thought
like that. I
even
was
if it
expecting
was-
downtime.
I think you're right. I think even if it was like fast-tracked travel, I thought I expected like an hour of time in the game last week where we would be on a vehicle or an airship or I don't know what, but with time to talk about things.
I got you. Yep. Yeah, I know. Do it again. Cool. Marisha.
Yeah.
Mark Schock wants to know, if Bo was in a position to stop Caleb from giving up the beacon, would she have?
No. I don't think so. All tradesies.
Mess. You're gonna make a mess. You
No,
have to
I'm
clean it up.
not a single drop.
Actually, you're pretty good.
Brian loves me.
fucking
Thank
great.
you, Brian.
There you go, man. It's gonna be a long show tonight. We're gonna go till 10. Sorry, Max.
Just like Caleb loves the mighty nine.
Oh wow, sure.
Don't you come for my heart, Liam O'Brien.
Sure. Remind you of this moment the next
that
time you cast a
years
fireball
ago.
on everybody's ass. Continue, Marisha.
Would I have stopped him?
If
No.
okay, yeah,
No.
yeah.
One, not in that setting. Absolutely not. There were already things that like not was asking that I was like, probably shouldn't ask that. And then sure enough, she's like, why wouldn't you know that? And I'm like, So there's already like last thing we would want to do is get into like a squabble in front of this with swords drawn at the ready. That would have been a fast track to probably me dying.
Most everybody. I mean, when he busted out that map and I looked at that setup and just that it was that I was like, this isn't made for.
It's the war room in Strangelove. You can only assume that the most powerful people in their kingdom are here.
When he was adding those other guards, I'm like, those other guards. I'm already terrified. Don't add more guards to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Bo's, she's has issues with authority, but she's not, like, stupid enough to get herself, seen as an obvious traitor. Like, yeah.
Also, can we talk about Matt's Caduceus impression?
Good.
Was phenomenal. Oh my God.
Right.
Killed me. I was like,
should be a
Taliesin,
voice
take all
actor.
the time off you want.
We all get
talented.
really like complacent with each other and used to each other. Like, oh yeah, you're just ridiculously talented. But every once in a while, somebody does something where you're like, fuck, you're ridiculously talented.
Or his Orly kills me too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want Orly to be
it's
around
great.
every episode. Let's give away gift of the week. Gift of the week.
It's good for the week. Woo!
Our winner for Campaign 2, Episode 56, was sent in by Will. His name's Will Dueling, but Max put Will Drooling in the thing.
Liar, Brian
I
Foster.
feel so bad. Sorry, Will. Let's take a look.
Ah, yes, I saw this. Yep.
Travis's face.
Yep.
Your face.
Travis is tilted, all the way tilted. I'm gonna put my face in my hands and think about my baby.
This is the best part.
Okay. Yes. So good. Congrats to you, Will dueling. Disrespect.
Shame on you, Max.
You have won this Cobalt Soul
So
notebook.
sexy.
These are going like hotcakes.
So full of soul.
Available now in the US and UK stores. Now this one, you can see it has wonderful, oh my goodness. Oh,
say?
Danny let us use hers to show off. This is her critical recap notes. That's cool. Oh, Jesus Christ. John Constantine plus Danny.
It's my notes. Very important notes.
Don't.
Don't
Oh,
understand.
look,
Don't
it says
forget.
Liam. What the hell?
What the hell?
Every critter Thursday night, either on Twitter or in their notebooks.
Yeah, Liam too in his own head.
Oh boy. Yeah, these are awesome.
I love it so
They're
much.
really good. If you're walking to your car and someone comes up and they're like, "Hey, give me that necklace," look and get 'em.
It's got graph paper.
For your maps.
It's also in the back. The last quarter of it is graph paper. What?
Don't break
You
the
can't
grip.
break it. That's the great thing about these.
It's like a mimic.
Like a
Or it's like the
mimic.
book in Harry Potter, in the third one, the Monster Book of Monsters.
Yeah,
It's also like a mimic.
It's also like a mimic, yes.
You can submit your gift to win gift of the week by emailing it to submit@talksmachina.com. Moving on.
I don't really think there's anything I can say that it's gonna get me out of the shit house. I think I'm just out in the shit house.
Yeah, I think you're just on the shit house. And you know what? That's okay.
I mean, I'm okay.
That's okay.
It's okay.
You blew the shit whistle.
You blew the shit whistle out in the
Brian
shit
came.
house. And you blew the shit whistle and I came.
Yep.
Although,
Tonight on Talks Machina.
how about that tetanus Terry?
Tetanus Terry.
Terry.
Not saying it's anybody in this room at this current point in time,
No.
but
I just think
he's great.
Which character do you prefer? Caleb Widogast or
Tetanus Terry. Tetanus Terry.
Tetanus
Tetanus Terry.
Yeah.
Tetanus Terry.
Tetanus Terry.
Yeah, CD.
Are we talking about in the last week of time?
No, I'm talking about
Or
forever.
ancient.
Tetanus
Today, in
Terry.
this moment, if Caleb Widogast gets assassinated, should I bring Tetanus Terry
Yes.
in as
Yes.
my backup
Yes.
character?
Yes. Please.
Yes.
God. Yes, I'm in. I'll pay you.
I'm not gonna tell you how to D&D.
You're looking for another Wallakabukatoa.
Travis would walk out the door. He would quit.
Well, I'm gonna saddle up and swallow some of these balls.
Classic tetanus.
God. Classic tetanus.
Tetanus.
Hashtag classic tetanus.
No, but tetanus is a very dangerous thing.
Yeah, make sure to get your to do shots.
Yeah.
Stay away from that rusty metal.
Stay away from that rusty metal.
Boy. Rusty Metal's my other D&D character.
How would tetanus say dodecahedron?
Dodecahedron. Y'all?
Yo. If you don't have any clue what we're talking about, check out Travis Willingham's Yeehaw Game Ranch.
Jeez, you're missing out if you're not
3
watching that.
episodes,
Really kind of are.
3 games, and 3 different lore drops.
Telling ya.
We are
Streamies.
now in it. Streamies,
Here we come.
Yep.
Kenny Linden would definitely vote for us to get a streamy. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Kenny asked a great question like this from Marisha. On a scale from 1 to 10, how well would you say Bo is following Dyron's advice? Scale of 1 to 10.
Ooh, I like that it's a scale. 7. A 7.
It's higher
Okay.
than I expected.
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, yeah.
She's
Okay.
trying not to get too attached. She's trying not to die. She's trying to listen. She is trying to be more patient. She's not necessarily trying to be biased. She's probably gonna get closer than what Tyron would say.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, a 7.
That's generous. That's really looking at yourself and saying, I believe in what I can be
That's
too.
pretty good.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
above average.
It's above average.
I feel like that's the rating that Bo would give herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
DC 11.
It's pretty human.
Yeah.
It's pretty human.
Even if she's not doing a great job at it, she'll be like, yeah, I'm listening.
Zach doing great.
Doing great. I heard you.
Can tell you exactly what you said.
Yeah. I didn't repeat it. I mean, I heard it. I can say it back to you, though.
I can sum it up.
Yeah.
I might leave out a couple things.
Totally listening.
Oh,
I just described
God.
my job.
Liam.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, this is interesting. This is from Triple Helix. How much of a cathartic experience was it for Caleb to renounce the empire that harmed him?
I don't know that it was cathartic. Consider this. Caleb's parents were very much for the empire. Very nationalistic, do or die, and they bred that into their son, and their son went on to try to honor that. Everything happened that happened, and he's on this journey to try to atone, and he has done the last thing that his parents would ever want him to do. Walk into the heart of the enemy's empire and give them the number one thing they wanted.
A nuke.
I don't know that it's a nuke.
Some people are saying he handed them a nuke.
Some people are saying that Ford and Caleb are sleeping together. Don't make it so.
Are people saying that? I've been saying it, but are people also saying that?
Brian just wants to know that he's not alone in this ship.
I know I'm not alone in this
I
ship.
mean, in my mind, they are.
There's still life on Tumblr somewhere.
Just without female presenting nipples.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not looking for those when I'm looking for Ford and Caleb
That
stuff.
is a good point. That is a good point.
What did Travis call it? A dinglebanger?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Call a lot of things out over the years, Liam.
So all those things,
All those things.
but not necessarily cathartic.
But not cathartic.
Cathartic would mean like he would have worked it all out, and it would have. No, I mean he feels like he's doing.
Something cathartic.
No, I don't think so at all. He's contradicting the wishes of the people he's trying to save. I don't think that's cathartic.
There's also something to the fact that this is a lot of things, but it's not an earned victory. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's a big moment, but it's not yet like a big earned victory by the group.
It's
you know
not
what I mean?
clearly a victory.
It was
either.
yeah, exactly right. It was like a.
It's a mental fuck.
Even though you guys are now proclaimed heroes of the or whatever the fuck, you.
Dynasty.
The dynasty, whatever. There's too many. The dynasty. Do you guys say dynasty or dynasty?
No,
I'm leaning
dynasty.
towards dynasty because it's so douchey.
Don't.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I don't think it's a victory. I mean, I think they're just alive about another hour at least. That is all that Caleb was shooting for. I mean, it was, they're going to run us all through with spears or put us into max security prison. And I don't think either of those things are acceptable to me, he thought. So.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like a sitcom bait and switch. Mm-hmm. Like, no, it's cool, guys. We're just gonna pretend to be waiters, and we're gonna sneak into the kitchen, and then you get back there, and the chef is like, "Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. My sous chef called in sick. Here's your aprons. Ha 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 ha." Whoa, now they're over their heads in a wacky circumstance.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Feels kind of like that.
I think you could have just said. I think to.
Steve, you know.
Just to.
I love that show.
Yeah, that's Steve's favorite show, by the way. I think to maybe streamline it, you could have said, it's sort of the difference between Steve Urkel and Stefan Urkel. Do you remember that whole storyline?
Yes, yeah,
It's kinda
when
like
he
that.
gets like
Yeah,
suave. Yes.
It's kind of like that sort of a thing. There's a
Yeah.
big difference there. But speaking of prison,
Yeah.
don't look at me like that, Liam O'Brien.
I was thinking of the show What's Happening. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Did you notice that last night
Yep.
on Twitter, I came out as a Liam O'Brien supporter for president of D&D Beyond? I think you saw.
Of course I did. I amplified your true voice. Underneath all the chicanery and the hair product is common sense.
Is common
It's
sense.
really just common sense.
Is knowing when when I was growing up, my dad said, don't want you to get too involved in politics growing up, but he said the one thing you should do is know the difference between someone's mouth is too large and someone's who isn't. And when I look at the two of these candidates,
It's the exact opposite. My mouth is non-existent.
yeah, yep, and
Little mouth.
It's very small. And also, if you
well, that's
don't
good because
if you don't think Sam
Sam's,
Riegel isn't going to fuck off with all your money, you're deluding yourselves.
yeah, it's true. It's true. That's why I've been trying to take it first before he could. But speaking of prison,
Yes. Yeah. Federal prison.
Borgavino wants to know. I just had dinner there last night. Bo said before that she hates being locked up. Is she relieved not to be in prison, even if it's at the price of the beacon? Yeah, nobody likes jail,
Yeah, no
Right?
one likes jail.
unless you're a fan of books or
Careful.
lifting weights.
Careful, man. Careful. And it's max security.
I watched
It
Oz.
is not where Caleb and Knott went, which is like a podunk jail in a small western town. It is max security.
Yeah, we're talking like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I just imagine you and not in like the stocks. Anyway.
Oh yeah, like the old Robin Hood movie.
Yeah.
The one with
Not
Kevin Costner and Christian Slater.
Yeah, that one's tight.
Fuck me, he cleared it.
The new one that came out. Did you watch that one?
No.
Somebody who really loves the Robin Hood mythos, even I couldn't go see that.
Hey, old
fucking
Greg. No, he's not. Fuck no, I didn't see that shit. He's like, God damn it. Liam.
Yeah.
Naomi Murdoch Trevino wants to know,
Hi,
how does it feel knowing that Caleb pulled that amazingly clutch and emotional move with the dodecahedron, all while dressed in BDSM straps and leather?
Boy, the art that has showed up on social this week has neglected to include his shirt and coat underneath. I can't imagine why.
Oh, I wonder why. Seems like maybe just like they ran out of ink or
I
something.
mean, that's got to be it. All they had was
Maybe
all
their
they had
iPads.
was-
Look, there's just been exercises in pub draw about anatomy.
it's true. They wanted
People have been
to.
working really hard.
I got all
wanted to
these
practice.
jars of Germanic white. I got to put it somewhere. Here we go.
Can you say Germanic white again?
Maybe I won't.
But do it in the
that.
cuttlefish voice.
Germanic wow. Yes. Do it again. Do it again. No. I'm pleased. This is so awkward.
It's so good.
Far too many terrible jokes I'm not going to say running through my head.
Oh, the speak and spell too just gives me the creeps. All right, one more and then we'll do fan art of the week.
Help.
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 Wait.
Wait.
ESO the Stoic. What was it like playing as characters that couldn't do much for most of the interaction with the Bright Queen? Last 5 minutes aside.
Fucking bullshit.
Not great.
Terrible.
Not great. Because the both of us were not really integral, we talked about this, not really integral in any other scenes before the slavery section.
Yeah.
So we just kind of hung back for those sections. And then we were slaves, so we also
Trying to
hung
go
back.
with it. We're good talkers too. That's the thing. You've got like charisma
think
that
so.
competes with Ford's.
Sure.
And I'm okay. I'm not a
of you are better
minus
than not.
3 to
Well, there's also what it says on the
charisma
paper.
rolls.
And then there's also us being actually able to sling shit around
things.
at the table.
Right. It's a little bit of combo. Matt will adjust. He's told us before that he'll adjust the DC based on what we say. So it is also about like, it's a mix between what's on the sheet and what's on what comes out of your mouth.
And what's on
It's just,
Matt?
but it's
And
just luck
what's
of the
on Matt's
draw.
notes.
I mean, sometimes you have a game where you're talking nonstop, and sometimes it's you just chill in the background.
Yeah.
And I've had those where I also like.
Yeah, and those are great.
Laura was on fire again last week, and I love watching. You know, she had 2 like massive sections where she's fucking charming as fuck. She's Laura Bailey, so
Yeah, quick.
it's fun to be a critter who's at the table and just watch stuff happen. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be a slave every game.
That was.
Why not?
Bo's gonna have a talk. Bo didn't like it. Marisha has laughed at every piece of fan art that has
Oh, I
come
bet.
through,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
bet.
great, and I love it. I think Bo was surprised. You know, Bo was pretending they were dressing up as, you know, they were going with the illusion. It didn't mean go so far as to literally start being a bully. And when she was in a situation and to like work that status that they now had over us. So Bo's gonna be like, okay, I feel like I learned something about you all. First off. And that's, it was very deeply dehumanizing. You know, like slavery.
Yeah.
So
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I, like in a weird fucked up way, like I was thinking about it and I was like, this might be like a kind of an eye-opening moment for Bo. I think it kind of like affected her a little bit more than she ever anticipated it would. Just kind of just
Interesting.
being in that position, even for the short amount of time that she was.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible.
One interesting aspect of the game, I think, is there's moments where you're deep in character and you're in their headspace, but there's also times where you're just like fucking with your friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was clearly just a moment where Travis and Laura are like the biggest piss taker trolls in our lives.
Yeah.
The biggest in our lives, and so they were just fucking with us. But it's still
Which,
happening,
like
and
I
it's
said-
mixed into the gumbo. So like you're still like it's still like feeding into you and the character.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's been at a party when like maybe your friend gets a little too drunk and they start like making fun of you a little too hard in
Like,
front of
that's
the
too
rest of their
close,
friends.
too real.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, let's dial it back a little bit.
Told you that in privacy.
Right. You were supposed to use that against me, man. Not at my birthday party. No.
Yeah.
But
cool,
yeah, I don't
cool
know. It's just-
jacket. Yeah, totally doesn't explain why your parents left and like, no one loves you and why you did so bad in school and shit.
Wow, this feels like abuse.
Whoa, we'll take the jacket back. I'll take the jacket back.
Roll that back.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
on the contrary, one of my favorite pieces that has come in was Bo in tabletop on hands and knees with Jester with her feet up on her, and Bo's like, I'm gonna fucking hate you. I'm gonna fucking get you for this.
Yeah,
Because it's hilarious. But then there's also like this kind of other side of it.
Yeah. Makes sense. Mike's
Yeah.
to chew on. Let's make sure we get to fan art of the week.
Fnart?
Yeah.
Fnart of the week?
Fan art of the week.
There's
of the
Smart
week!
Dad.
Yeah!
Fnart of the week.
Woo! Look at our dad!
Fnart Dad!
Yay! This week's winner for episode 56, campaign 2, was sent in by Nikki Dawes.
Oh, Nikki, yep.
Hey.
So it's the queen!
And Nikki Dawes draws. Let's take a look.
Yes,
Oh, is
queen.
this- yeah.
This one's insane.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Spoilers. That's the main image for the gallery this week as well. It's
Oh,
so
it is?
good.
Yay.
That's my favorite when those line up.
Wow. This one just really took our breath away here, you know.
Nikki's
So
fantastic.
Nikki's fantastic. You know, Nikki's also been doing these really cool drawings of the guests on Between the Sheets this
Absolutely.
season. So get over to that at Nikki Dawes Draws, I think it was, and
Yeah.
check out. It is.
Nikki and her husband were also saved by the Raven Queen recently when their car almost got
Oh my God!
mangled
I saw that.
to oblivion
under a
underneath a
semi
mat.
truck
Yeah.
or something, right?
But they're fine.
And they
They're
made
all
it out fine.
So glad they're fine.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki, so much for submitting. You have won these Cadillacs tabletop tiles from Wormwood.
Yes.
This is the new Kickstarter that they're doing. You can get your own set. They have these awesome magnets, so you can sort of reshape how the thing goes, you know, like however you want. They have these cool beads that'll mark like your spell slots and your death saves and all that fun stuff with the little magnet.
Got a dice jail?
That's a dice jail right there.
Fucking bastard!
And then you're supposed to surround the thing with other dice to sort of shame it, you know. I dropped one of the anal beads. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. You know, who do I have to sleep with at Wormwood to get one of these for my home game? Is it Bobby? It's probably Bobby, right? Man Bun. I love him.
You always think you have to sleep with someone in order
Worm
to get
life. Is this right?
This is
Is
a
this facing the right way? Worm life?
W and
Worm
L.
life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Make sure to check out wormwoodgaming.com, and remember, you can enter our weekly contest by emailing your GIF or fan art to submit at togsmachina.com. Rules for our contest are available at critroll.com. Moving on with a question for, oh, this is interesting, Marisha. Image J Mag draws.
Oh my God.
Caleb says he has no love for the Empire, but does Bo, as a hero of the dynasty, does she feel like she has betrayed the Cobalt Soul or the Empire?
No, she's not Keyleth. She doesn't feel that
Yeah.
deep. She knows where her allegiances lie. So just because this happened, she doesn't feel like she's committed any act of betrayal. I think in her head, she's like, dope, they're gonna think I'm a badass. I just infiltrated this shit.
You've seen The Departed.
I have.
Yeah. As for love for the Empire, I wouldn't say love for the Empire either. Like she's very personal with who she really cares about, and kind of herself.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense. It's on a personal level.
I wouldn't say it's as much disdain as Caleb seems to emit. Mm-hmm. I think she's a little more indifferent, I guess would be a different a word for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she knows how like shitty the Empire is, and she's watched her father also be like a loyalist and the effects that that's taken on her. So yeah, she's like, fuck these guys, but she's not like, I want to see it all burn.
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no offense. Oh, good call. Good friend. Liam.
Yeah.
Civil Panda wants to know. It's always good when they're civil. Has Caleb always been as soft-spoken and mild-mannered as he is now? He spoke with so much confidence when revealing the dodecahedron. Was he tapping into an older, forgotten part of himself?
Yeah, I've touched on that before. I think Caleb has a high charisma that he just doesn't use anymore. I mean, he does, and we've seen it, but he is reticent to, because the people that he knew with high charisma used it to do bad things. I think that when he was young, he was very clever and gifted, confident, charming, and attracted people. But he's broken now, so no, not anymore. It's there, and he can kind of hold it together like a sandcastle for an hour if he needs to by the ocean, by the tide. But it gets washed away pretty fast.
I understand. I don't know where there was a question about that someone asked that said Not has lower charisma, but seems to sometimes end up speaking up and doing a lot of the talking, like recently. How does that make you guys feel?
I mean, I love hearing Sam talk.
Same.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just because you have a low charisma doesn't mean that you shouldn't talk.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that was a lot of the kind of, sorry, but guys, the bullshit that I got for Keyleth was, why are you talking? You shouldn't be the talker. And I think that's ridiculous. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It just means
Everybody's got a voice.
Everybody's got a voice. And some might be a little bit more bracing.
We're 7 friends and actors around a table. We're all going to be getting our hands into the meat of every situation, for sure. Doesn't matter what the stats say.
I mean, Vexalia joined an arm wrestling contest in one of the festivals, and she had like a strength of 8. 7
strength, yeah.
So your stats are there to influence the effects of what happens.
Yeah.
They're not a Bible. They're not law. So, yeah.
I mean, if a halfling can cross the entire nation to throw a ring in a volcano, that's the point of this.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, against the odds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting. Aura Proria, I try my best. Bo and Caleb have clashed before over Caleb single-handedly making decisions without consulting the rest of the party, i.e. bowl game. Oh, yeah. How is she feeling now that Caleb once again made a hugely consequential choice without the Mighty Nine's consent? So I only like that question because it brings up bowl gate, my favorite gate of this year.
You do like bowls.
I do. It is known. Big bowl guy, make my own pottery classes and such.
Sure.
It's relaxing.
Like Ghost,
Color me mine. I'm just naming things.
Just name things, please.
Word
The rest of the show is just us naming things. You know what's interesting about that, though, is that Caleb, despite Bullgate, I think we've learned a lot about him since then.
Yeah.
And I think that it wasn't so much, it's in some ways it's an unfair question because there were split seconds there to decide sort of the fate of what was happening. And you could definitely tell by the way Matt was framing everything, right? And it was a decision about what's best for the group, even if you didn't get to consult the group about it. And sometimes in those split second things, I feel like the rest of the group would understand once there's time to actually process what's happening, not in that exact moment.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think we're
Have to wait fucking 2 weeks.
gonna have to talk about it. I think there's gonna be some talks because
Have you guys been talking privately yet together off the Matt chain, you know?
Not off the Matt chain.
Not off
no.
the Matt chain.
On the Matt chain.
On the Matt chain? Yeah.
Yeah, it has been a topic.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was a big moment.
It
was a big moment.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's got the spotlight on it
Yeah.
because it doesn't just affect this. It affects so much, and not just like the story, but all of our individual goals and storylines, and it just ricochets out. It's
Yeah.
it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
This is, I love the, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I love it. I love anyone who wants to, in character, do things that fuck with Caleb's backstory, like send a letter to Astrid. It's not like I'm trying to avoid those things. It's not like this is a cooking show, or the whole point is conflict resolution, and for conflict resolution you need conflict. Like we're a bunch of actors. And this is red meat. It's you're nom nom. This is nom nom. That's. What else are we doing it for?
Yeah.
Excited for the talks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also funny, a parallel to Bullgate, during Bullgate, God, that's so dumb.
It's really stupid.
But in that moment, in that episode, Caleb in his mind was like, I'm doing what's best for my new friends. I'm going to protect my friends. And it's not how it read to anybody else.
Yeah.
And in this same moment,
It's a little similar.
same thing, it's like, holy shit, we're screwed. I mean, we're either dying or going to jail.
Well, because Caleb likes to make himself the authority.
Not in that moment. It was, we're either dying or going to jail. Do we want to do that?
And you
I don't
made
think we-
yourself the authority on making that decision.
Right, but was there
He
time?
definitely did.
What
He
else could he
definitely-
have done? Could he have said like,
He could have
before
said
you make a
nothing
decision about something,
and gone to jail.
can I huddle my friends over
Or
here?
died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying it like it. Jester was into it. She pulled it out. It could have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
literally any one of us, and I would have the exact same reaction.
Yeah.
I think it's a little colored because Caleb is known to be such a selfish
Right.
character.
It's colored by the past, I think.
It
It
is
is the past
colored by the-
actions. Yeah.
And yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you got someone who is going into like cardiac arrest or something, and they're about to die, and you're the EMT on board, do you go like, okay, I really want to save this guy, I really do, but should we take a minute so we can all agree? Or,
Yeah.
No, you just go.
Yeah.
You just go.
I do wonder if Bullgate hadn't happened, and if like the scroll thing hadn't happened, and
Yeah,
if
he's
this
suffering
was
from his
more,
past decisions,
you were
sure.
suffering from your past decisions.
Which Liam's fine with.
It's a very Caleb thing.
Yeah.
So
But also, you're welcome.
Scrolls did you get out of that guy?
I don't remember.
Still so no. You have to remember because I want to know if it was fucking worth it.
I don't know if I do.
But also, you're welcome, Liam O'Brien. See, but I love it that
also
you're
doesn't
that type
help
of player, though.
when you we're gonna have to talk about all this in game. I shouldn't even be talking about this right now. Why did we
You
do
gotta
this show?
say it now. You gotta say it now.
Nah. I'll
Oh, tease
You, it was framed
Machina.
selfishly. It was framed selfishly too in the moment.
Give me that bag.
The way that well, I mean,
It's improv. What are you gonna do?
he was just
But
vamping.
also- right.
Well, but the way he looked at it was all these monster people who are not like Empire poster children fail. What hasn't, what they've tried has not worked. I'm going to try something else. I didn't want to like do deceive either. I wanted to be truthful as him at that moment. So everything he said was truthful. I couldn't say those same things about the group. I could only say them truthfully about myself. And I was scared in the moment of having to like roll for deception. I just wanted to say things that were true, and all those things were true, so that if I were grilled or if anyone looked into his mind, I mean, I had 60 seconds to think. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, but it wasn't I'm the hero. It was math. It was, what do I think would work the best in this moment? This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but also bring out the GIMP.
I mean, that's the point of it all. Really.
But also bring out the GIMP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I am lucky.
How come when we go to cons, the GIMP from Pulp Fiction isn't it? Do we know who it was? Who was the GIMP? Because like, what if at the cons, anybody
he was, like,
anybody could do it?
He was like one of the sound guys that they just needed to do, or something like this, right? Chris Lucky, you have to know this factoid.
Sam worked on Jackie Brown, so I bet
He was
we
a-
can find out from Sam.
He was like a writer or some. He was a crew guy, I think. Anyway,
The
I've
GIMP
heard
was?
this story.
That's
Right?
interesting, because like if I should tell people like I was the GIMP and put it on my banner thing or
Very
whatever.
believable.
behind me.
Very believable.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like a grip or something like that, and
Oh,
they
it
were
was
like,
a
"Fuck,
grip,
we
all
need
right.
somebody. Will you?"
It was the best boy. It was Rick Moranis, Steve. That sounds about right. Chris, does that check out?
Rick Moranis was too small. The Gimp was taller than everybody in the scene.
Okay, we're being told Rick Moranis was too small to be the GIMP.
One last thing.
Ray
on that.
Romano, what was he doing around 94? Was Pulp Fiction 1994?
I may be from the Empire, but
One last thought on that, which is that like Caleb did what he had to in that moment to like, wave a cat toy in front of a cat to stop everyone from dying or going to max prison. But I didn't know that the episode was going to end. I thought we were going
Right.
to keep going and talk and segue, but we didn't segue.
It's gonna happen. That's right where you're gonna pick up, right?
I guess so.
Unless
Yeah.
Matt's gonna be a dick and he's like, 2 weeks later. Wait.
Caleb
Hold on,
has
I
married
spent
the
2 weeks
queen.
writing down all this stuff I wanted to
medal
say.
ceremony has already taken place.
yeah.
Your faces are all over the Empire.
Right. You guys managed to escape the radiation, but only the what the fuck? Yeah. Well, when did that get here? That's new.
Frumpkin cat?
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of Frumpkins.
We did.
All on a set.
Oh, I
knitted
remember
Frumpkins.
was that the ones we used that night for the thing?
Yeah,
Oh, I just
where
haven't
are
seen
they?
them in forever.
Are they here? Where?
Oh, they're kind of spread out. They're just sort of like living
Okay.
amongst us.
I want the spider.
Well, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being a friend.
I would like to remind everyone, no Critical Role this Thursday, no talks this coming Tuesday, but we'll be back after that. 57th?
Still have
57th?
pub
No,
draw.
the 4th. It's 57th episode on the 4th. Also have
Still
pub draw tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah, that is still happening. We're doing inking.
Handbooker helper on Thursday?
Handbooker is still coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Wednesday,
All that still stays the same.
Yep.
It's just Thursday, and then
Tuesday.
Between the Sheets is done.
Between the
Tuesday.
Sheets is done for now. Yep, Tuesday.
But Tuesday
no
we'll
talks.
probably still have a
Name drop on
MAME drop on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Probably still
Just
name
no-
drop on
no talks.
Tuesday. Just no talks. Yeah.
So.
Well, don't forget to love each other. Don't worry, it's almost a week from this coming Thursday.
Actually, you know who's going to be on MAME drop on Tuesday?
Ooh, tell me at once.
Max James.
What the fuck? Are you for real?
Yeah.
now I can't get out of it.
Nope. That was smart. On-screen commitment. Oh, look, Max Cam, Max Cam, Max Cam. And a little bit of Steve. Look at Steve's smile.
that handsome lad?
Wait, go back, Zach. What are you doing showing me for?
Stay off.
Go back to Steve's beautiful smile. Hey, Zach, did you get a chance to use the thing earlier or no? Yeah, why don't you just show Liam what we're... So
Where's
Zach
my
is...
chest hair going?
Zach
it
is
going on someone's
constantly
face?
looking for ways to use technology to make the show better. For instance, he's
good.
always saying, you know what, man? There's a lot of things we could do tech-wise to spruce up the show. And I'm like, spruce up the show? Do we need that? Does it lack, And then he comes up with these great ideas.
Show me what you got.
There's this.
Oh, God. What is...
No. I hate it.
You look like Ozzy Osbourne.
Caleb knows best. I will make all the decisions in this D&D game now.
Move the eyes closer together.
Austrian.
I don't know. Well, I guess I'm getting married to the queen now. You all can be my butlers.
There's a little tetanus in all of us.
There's a little tetanus in all of us. We love you all. Stay sharp, my friends. Don't forget to love each other. Good night, everybody.